Hey there, this is James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems and BikeJames.com, and today I want to go over some tips for the ball slam. Ball slam is a great exercise. It's one of the first ones that I use in my facility to introduce riders to power production, moving quickly. It's a safe way to introduce this into an exercise program, but like a lot of things, the devil's in the details. And I see a lot of people do this exercise wrong and not actually getting what we should be getting out of it. So the first thing to keep in mind with a ball slam is that it is a leg exercise, not an arm exercise. A lot of people are thinking, well, what do you mean? You know, when they see a ball slam, I'll show you a rep here. They're like, what do you mean? It's not an arm exercise, it's a leg exercise. You're obviously throwing it with your arms. Well, actually, if you watch a good ball slam in slow motion, what you will see is the power being started and initiated from the legs. That power is then transferred through the core into the arms, and the arms just deliver that power to the ball and slam it into the ground. So it's just like swinging a baseball bat or throwing a punch or anything like that. Anyone who plays a sport that involves any sort of swinging or throwing knows you don't throw and swing with your arm. You initiate from the hips, from the legs, and the arm is just like the whip delivering that power that's been generated down there. So let me show you a couple things that I've found really helpful to help people learn how to do that and not just slam with their arms and actually use their hips and get the power production that you should from this exercise. The first one is starting out in a kneeling position. So I'll have people get down on their knees about hip width apart, and actually do this exercise from a kneeling position. And you'll see that if I just use my arms, I don't really get much out of it, you know? I gotta actually drive my hips back, slam that ball down to get more power out of it. So that's just kind of getting that feeling for driving from the hips and finishing off with the arms. Once I get people good at that, I'll stand them up, get them on their feet. But what I like to do is have people get up on their toes. So I'll show you this in slow motion. Get them up in one motion, take it up over your head, get up on your toes, and then you slam the heels into the ground to initiate the movement. If you do that, if you slam your heels into the ground to initiate the movement, everything else will work out just fine. So again, one motion, up over the head, up on your toes, slam the heels, follow through. Make sure that you're using the lower body, the legs to start it, and you're following through with the arms. Another great progression for this is a ball slam into a counter jump. So I'll show you what this looks like. You do a slam, and then jump up. Now, besides adding another great power element to this exercise, it also checks your finishing position. If you don't finish balanced and in a good position, you're not going to be able to spring right up. So if you slam down and you're up too high or too forward on your knees, or you're off at all, you're not going to be able to spring right back out of it. So it's a great way to check your form and make sure that you're finishing off with this exercise in the right position. Good, strong, balanced position, which means that you probably had a good rep. If you finish strong and balanced, it means your rep was probably strong and balanced, which is what we want. So again, you know, these little tips will help you learn how to drive and initiate this movement from the hips, from the legs, transfer the power through the core, finish off with the arms, which is the hallmark of any good, powerful movement. You know, the hips are the strongest muscles in the body. That's where we want to be driving from. That's where you want to be strong from. So again, hope you guys have enjoyed this tip. This has been James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems. You can check me out on the web at BikeJames.com. I'll talk to you next time.